Good afternoon, good morning, everybody. Welcome once again to hear about AI in project management. I'm absolutely over the moon today to hear from Lucio Guardado, who works for Concentrix, one of the world's largest BPO organizations. And he is responsible for the global governance in the PMO and the PMO in LATAM, as it were. Welcome, Lucio.
Thank you, Lloyd. It's always a pleasure to have a conversation with you. I think we have this same starting point when we have the opportunity to talk each other. It's refreshing. Thank you, because beyond being colleagues and professionals, we are good friends. So thank you, Lloyd.
Yeah, no, thank you, and I do think that's something that comes out in terms of almost the way that you see the world, Lucio, as well, and I think that will come out throughout the conversation. But let's see how we get on. So as people that regularly watch these recordings, they'll know that one of the first questions I talk about is what you feel would be the benefit of AI in project management, as it were.
Well, that's a great question, Lloyd, and I will, for the benefit of our profession, I will split the answer in two parts. The first part is the usage that we will have specifically over our processes, governance, and our stuff as project managers or PMO or strategists. I do believe that as long as we are early adopters on any capability, you will own the future. But if you have some delayed adopting and adapting, will be challenging for us. So as of today, AI is a mandatory capability to be developed for project management. That being said, the benefits as of today, we have an interesting inventory of well-proven study cases and applicabilities. So that's my first answer. The first part of the answer, and the second one is, as project managers or as a PMOs of strategists, our obligation is be enablers for the development of the company we belong to. So in this sense, AI, it's the number one item for the future in every company agenda. So as agents of transformation, it's imperative for us to start development frameworks, methodologies, delivery models, linking strategy with the reality, and ensuring that the organization will be achieving transformation, adopting and discovering and implementing and leveraging solutions based on AI. And both answers include: don't focus on technology first. First, focus on your baseline, your environment, your company, your industry, your needs, your pain points. As a PMOs, one of the first questions that I always recommend to ask is, hey, you need to go to the C-level and ask, how does it look the perfect partnership between the both of us? Since you are a client, my main client, I want to understand the future, your pain points, and based on that, create services that can provide perception of benefits to, well, tackle these immediate actions to achieve the future. I think it sounds romantic in some way, but that's the first point. The mindset is the strategy and the reality. And AI needs to be included as a must within the strategic plan of the company. Yeah. So if not, the process will be broken.
Yeah, can I just, because there was a lot in what you said, Lucio, there, and I'm just going to try and pull out a couple of the points. First of all, I love the concept of owning the future. What a fantastic set of words there, and you know, building on that, owning the future, the fact that actually you see both AI being a predeterminate enabler to the future, if that's the right word, but the other dimension there that you talked about is, well, actually, that's the role of PMOs in terms of transforming it, and and what you were saying about the pain points and the baseline. So it almost sounded to me like, well, as a PMO, that's what you would go through anyway, but now potentially to own the future, you can leverage AI as well. Would I be right in saying that?
Yeah, that's correct. I think our main duty within the organizations is act as enablers, act as a one-stop shop. Now it's AI. Tomorrow probably be building cyborgs. I don't know. But even though the
Careful
capability,
now.
yeah, I know, and yeah, and I know, and but being honest, our main duty as a PMO is being this partnered on transformation, be the right hand of the CEO on transforming the organization. So right now, we will be acting as an enablers for AI. In the near future, you can name it. But again, since this is a capability, a new capability for the world, for the humankind, we are also consumers. And as a consumers, we have processes, we have needs, we have expectations also about the future of our profession when it comes to our frameworks that we own. So for me, it's a mixture. We are consumers of that technology, and applies pretty much the same. We need to be early adopters.
It's fantastic because obviously we've had some. Oh, apologies, Lucio. I was going to say, we, over the last few years, and I can imagine an organization like yours is at the forefront of delivering AI projects. So I don't know how many thousands of people you have in your contact centers, but I can imagine there's a lot of AI use within the contact center. Would that be right?
That's correct. And that's an interesting question because industry-wise, there's a lot of ways or a lot of paths to be followed, well, to achieve the future. You can still be a customer service processes provider. You can choose that. Or you can transform yourself and act as a high-tech provider. So that's the path that we are following. So in that sense, the high-tech concept when it comes to services is a wide range answer. So you will be including AI, speech analytics, RPAs, voice bots, chat bots, you name it. But again, the concept is pretty much the same. It's a capability. Leveraged by AI, yes, many of them, but you will be a consumer as a PMO, and you will be an enabler as a PMO. And the short answer, Lloyd, is yes, we are transforming ourselves to be a high-tech company, offering a wide range of services for the whole journey, for the whole customer journey, from the early stages of customer journey until the very end, the deep dive, the back office, those processes that have this premises of being repeatable, scalable. I would say each part of the customer journey has a huge opportunity to apply specific capabilities. So at the end of the day, and I always say that if you define yourself, you will be limiting yourself. So as a company, you cannot define yourself, because if you stick with that, you will lose this vision approach. You can understand your intimacy, your inner self as a company, but the vision, it's a must. Also for a PMO, I do believe that the way that we have been arranging the PMO design as of today most likely will be changing in the next couple of days, because we come from traditional to hybrid 2.0. Use the fancy name you want. But in the next couple of years, probably our profession will be transforming. And in order to keep to stay relevant for the company and for the community, we need to embrace that mindset of challenging the status quo.
Yeah, it's really interesting. As we know, I can't remember which company, but over the last month, I saw a company on LinkedIn declaring how much savings they were making through the
I'm
advent
on
of,
top of that.
yeah,
I'm
of
on
Gen
top of that.
AI, chatbots, all of that sort of stuff. And in a way, that dimension is almost easier to measure. You know, there's a clear ROI associated with that particular project, and you know, that's out of the traps. But what I'm hearing, I believe, from you is that actually, you know, what you're seeing is it's not just about the delivery of AI projects, but actually how we manage projects in the first place and leveraging AI in there. And that's something we know that professional bodies are talking about. And I think what you're saying is your organization is now trying to work out how best to leverage AI in their execution, as it were.
Yeah, and I will say, I don't want to sound cocky, but we are experts managing this new capabilities, and I'm on top of this case, and I'm studying it in a very responsible way. And thank you for bringing this up, because we have an aha moment on this conversation, because what made successful that model was the discipline, the framework, the delivery, the consistency between the goals and delivery.
Yeah,
The and for that reason, we have a job to
yeah,
to standardize a delivery. So as far as I know, because I'm doing my personal research on this
yes,
case, is they had a strong delivery model from its conception,
yeah.
strategic goals, vision. As far as I know, don't believe me because it's the personal research. As far as I know, this company is just about to going public.
Yeah,
So it all is part of a plan, because as we all know, the stock market can be, well,
yeah. Bullish.
yeah, hard
Yeah,
to understand sometimes, and is vulnerable in some way to specific movements of the market. But from the very beginning, this company, the intention was to go in public. So they built this strong business case, which was part of their main strategy. They ensured a proper delivery framework, including uh, identifying needs, pain points, review historical data, understanding the market, the specific pain points, doing this discovery phase, understanding which solutions can be attached to the pain points, which technology can be leveraged for that solution, for that pain point, creating a specific business case, co-piloting the business case, understanding and leverage lessons learned, and then they made this strong deployment. And I do believe that a responsible PMO do that.
yeah, yeah,
Create
totally.
consistency between strategy and execution, and ensure the business outcome, not the deliverable. Because
Yeah,
a
yeah,
deliverable can be one project, but the
yeah,
business outcome,
yeah,
and we have different discussions on this topic with you each time we have a conversation. But the PMO needs to act as a seller, needs
yeah,
to understand the company needs, and based on
yeah,
that, develop a specific inventory of services, well, to deliver. As of today, that worked. In the next
yeah.
couple of months, who knows? But we are the owners of that governance
Yeah.
and that delivery framework.
Hey, if Americo's listening to this conversation, I think what we're saying, Americo, is work with us to create a new framework of a PMO that takes notice, if that's the right phrase, of how AI is adopted and may shake up those methodologies around the PMO. I was just going to go back to where we started the conversation, which was the people dimension of
Yep.
all of this. What's your take around AI in project management and what it means to us who work in PMOs, etc.?
Well, another great question. I think the future, the future looks like an infinite inventory of possibilities. In our profession, the adoption of this type of capabilities will ensure that the profession evolves. Because if we can rest, because as a project manager, this ambition of having support and that we can rest in technology, for us is like a refreshing breath, because in the future, what will be valuable the most is the organic way of thinking. And AI will allow us to take to the next level the decision making. And I don't want to sound too ambitious, but for me, AI will be as a consultor, will act as a consultant role, providing us information, providing certain level of takeaways depending on the maturity of the capability. And from that, we can take it in another level. So you can imagine in the next 10 years, if we stick with the wave, the amount of information and maturity that the capability can achieve. And based on that, start to thinking beyond. For me, it's overwhelming.
Yeah, I think it's really exciting on the sort of helping us with the direction setting, helping us to go on that direction, course correcting this if there's a new bump in the road, as it were. And you know, going back to what you were saying there, for me, actually, leveraging us to think even more creativity and maybe even making creative suggestions as to, you know, which projects to undertake, which ones don't, or you know, at least informed decision making, as it were. And I think it's an exciting time. But hold on a minute, Lucio. We've been sort of saying all these positives. What's the scary things? What's the negatives around AI and project management?
Well, I always like to be positive, but I will share with you my honest answer. Will be boring if our profession remains the same for the next couple of 15 years, 20 years. So in the 60s, our fathers or grandfathers had a specific way of working, which is not longer exist. It will happen to us. It's what's happened to this infinite and imperfect human beings. Nothing lasts forever. Nothing lasts forever. But for me, it's until the AI doesn't achieve the singularity, which means thinking exactly like a human, we have a good inventory of possibilities on how we can leverage that development. What I'm saying, for me, the most important part is the well-being of my team, the people that we work with. AI doesn't do that, and I don't think it will. I don't know, 100 years. Put the number.
It's hard to know.
Yeah, but the singularity, and this is funny because I was at Miami's airport a couple of days ago, and I saw a Harvard Business Review magazine that said how to lead when you are exhausted.
Yeah. So, well, I think we've all been there, haven't we?
Yes, and it caught all my attention, and I thought, hey, this is a human approach. AI is still way behind of like this singularity of this human. For me, we have positive aspects. Obviously, I'm thinking within a framework of a huge responsibility, using the technology for the good.
I think like any technology project, any project, there needs to be the human aspect to it as well, and both on the individual projects, but also on the transformation cycle as well of where we're going. Now listen, I could definitely talk to you for hours to come, but just wanted to ask you if there was sort of one takeaway from your thoughts around AI and project management, what would it be?
Let me think. I do believe that for the professional, it's mandatory to keep learning, because if not, you will miss the future.
Hmm.
That's a strong concept. On that base, can be AI, can be AI 2.0. I don't know, you name it. I read. I'm a big fan of this dystopic novels, so I think a lot about the future. But my main takeaway is, dear colleagues, the future will bring tons and tons and tons of new frameworks, new methodologies, new solutions, new capabilities. As of today is AI. I don't know what will be the name of AI in the next couple of days or years. But if you miss that approach of still learning, you will miss the future.
Brilliant, brilliant. So a constant learning, improve yourselves and embrace AI. Lucio, thank you so much for your time today.
Thanks to you, my friend.
Thank you. And I look forward to keeping in touch with you.
Awesome. Thank you.